She begging me to call after this. Might make a few dollars off of this. Y'all picked the wrong time to jump on the ship. Might sell at the garden with this. She begging me to call after this. Might make a few calls after this. Y'all picked the wrong time to jump on the shit. We selling at the garden and shit.
Gotta go. Couple days put us on a Rolling Stones. Back in every day the bank only grows. Lord only knows how these boys got it, we don't fold these hoes. Penn and Teller, call it CNG. If you don't fuck with us, you the letters in between. Deaf, y'all got Helen Keller jeans. We made it up the rip, y'all split at the seams. Y'all scripted your scenes, a life a movie, we just live in a dream. Yeah, we live in a dream, get rich or die trying, we'll go to extremes. Y'all know my 16s, lions on fire, y'all own 16. They call us Home Depot, cause we're selling out the garden, they're going back.
She begging me to call after this. Might make a few dollars off of this. Y'all picked the wrong time to jump on the ship. Might sell at the garden with this. She begging me to call after this. Might make a few calls after this. Y'all picked the wrong time to jump on the shit. We selling at the garden and shit, like we garden and shit. Money in the bag like purses. She playing with my mind like curses. She my uno, no reverses. Pick it up, drop, don't stop, that's perfect. She tell me I ain't need them thoughts, I'm worth it. Told her I just need one shot, I earn it. Shit is gonna pop, I'm certain. Gave her fake digits on purpose. I ain't call after this. Eyes too low, yeah, I'm gonna up this shit. Troublesome, yeah, my life like a flick. Rockstar lifestyle, I'm the #1 pick. Got a Jeep, no top, and the same with the bitch. Got a drink and a spliff, and a friend, and we switch. Got a show back home, she said she won't miss. Then fuck, just kiss. Like she begging me to call after this. Might make a few dollars off of this. Y'all picked the wrong time to jump on the shit. Might sell at the garden with this. She begging me to call after this.
What is happening, all you sexy YouTube warriors out there? Range Day, bro, back at it again, and today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite everyday carry pistols, the Glock 19x MOS. Let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite all-time EDC everyday carry pistols, the Glock 19x. Of course there's no MOS version, I was just fucking with you guys, but this guy did get milled out to accept the Trigicon RMR that you see right here. But before we get into the parts list, if you've ever wanted a Gucci Glock like this and spent all kinds of money when you could have just bought a Shadow Systems, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button, guys. I don't think you could beat the reliability, the dependability of Glock. Even after you do some aftermarket type modifications like you see right here, I still think this is the most reliable pistol in the market. I've had no malfunctions with this guy, absolutely zero malfunctions with this Glock 19x, even after all these modifications that I've made. So yeah, I know you could just go ahead and buy a Zev, which I had a Zev previously. I got rid of because I just didn't see the reliability in it. I had a few reliability issues, changed some springs out. I ended up getting rid of it, and I told the person I sold it to the issues that I had. So they know what they were getting into. But I wanted to go back to the basics with Glock, because if I'm carrying on every day, the most important thing is going to be reliability. Now, with that being said, let's just go over the parts that I have in this build. I did a YouTube short on this guy not too long ago, and a bunch of you guys left comments asking me about the build and what I have on it. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit more in-depth review of the 19x as you see it here, and the holster that I used to carry it in. So let's start tip to butt, as my boy Grand Thumb says. And let's start with the PMM. This is the Parker Mountain Machine single chamber comp that you see on here. I fell in love with the look of this comp the second I saw it. As you guys can tell, when it's in recoil, this belly of this comp actually goes into the frame of your Glock, so that prevents it from rotating out of position, causing a malfunction if it did ever come loose. I tell you what, this thing is never coming loose. The way that I installed this, I'll probably have to chop it off, honestly, if I ever want to get it off, because they don't recommend using it with other aftermarket barrels besides theirs and a few others like Silencer Co. Here you see it on the Safari Precision barrel, which is obviously threaded in their TIN coating. It just didn't have the right surface area to get the crescent wrench on there to get the proper torque I needed to install this. So I was slipping, and I was honestly worried about causing damage to this guy, but eventually I got it on. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I tried doing it a couple times. But it looks great. I'm very happy with it overall. Moving back from there, you guys can obviously tell that the slide has had some milling work done. But before I touch on the milling work and who did that and what that all is, I want to talk to you guys about my favorite iron sights. These are the Ameriglo GL-511 suppressor height sights. It's a blacked out rear with a tritium and orange circle in the front. This thing, this setup, just for some reason, my eyes love it. I know that's a very opinionated topic, is iron sights and what kind of setup you like. If you like the 3 dots, if you like the all blacked out, or whatever it might be, anything is better than the Glock stock sights that come with it. So yeah, these are a huge upgrade. I love these things. And you can get them pretty cheap, usually around $60 to $70. And so that's kind of standard on all my pistols across the board. And then obviously getting to the slide, this slide was milled by a company called Maple Leaf Firearms in northern Texas, in Salina more specifically. They do phenomenal slide milling work. This guy was sent out and nitrided it and then brought back into the shop, sandblasted, and then I had them put this Coyote Troy, I believe it is, tan on here, and Cerakote, which I just loved. It matches the frame really well. We did a rear sight forward RMR cut on here, just kind of helps you to pick up that dot faster when you're presenting the gun and you're not looking through your rear sight. Instead, your rear sight is in front, and so your dot is the first thing your eye catches. This is their Valkyrie cut, as you can tell. So it's got some really nice machine cuts in here, like a diamond pattern, and they just do top-notch work. I love those guys. All my slides are milled through them. I don't really trust anybody else with my Glock slides. I know there's a lot of great companies out there like Agency that do really good work on Glock slides and other slides. I just stick with who I know. All right, so moving back from there, guys. Yes, we have an O-light on here. I know. Cue the chaos in the comment section. I have so many guys talking shit to me about this O-light, but I have one problem with you guys. It's never failed me yet, because another reason I'm stuck with it is because I have my tier 1 concealed holster here is cut for PL Mini Valkyrie 2. So this holster is made for this light and this gun combination. And so when I slide that light all the way up against the trigger guard, it gives me a little bit of a deeper holster position, which I really like. And you see the comp sticks out of the front a little bit there, but I do have the high sweat guard. I'm kind of stuck with the O-light because these holsters aren't cheap. They run about $170 each, and I have a few of them, so I'm not trying to buy more and more holsters. I am reaching out to Tier 1 Concealed to see if they can send out a MSP, which is the Modern Samurai Project, which actually indexes on the light so you can change the guns out. And in that case, I'm going with either a Surefire or the Streamlight TLR. I'm just trying to decide right now. I do have some Streamlights, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes in the future. But for right now, the O-light works, guys, and it's a light. I mean, it doesn't need to do an extraordinary task. It just needs to light up the target so I can identify it. If I could go back and change it, would I have gotten something different? Most certainly would have if I had the money for it at the time. But this guy hasn't failed me. So as far as the lower receiver goes, there's been absolutely no work done besides adding the SLR Rifle Works magwell. This is specifically for the Glock 19x. Huge funnel, very hard to miss, and it's specifically made because it's got that little lip in the front that we all know and hate for the 19x. And obviously your 19x has that short lip in the front to accommodate for that on those mags. Unfortunately, you can't use Glock 17 mags on the 19x. You guys all know this already. However, if you put a Shield Arms mag extension on the Glock 17 mag, you see here, it will work because that lip is removed and that mag fits in there nice and snug. And it works perfectly. This is what I carry as my backup mag in my Tier 1 Concealed. So typically I'll run it with my flush mag in the holster, like so, and then my backup mag. This is a 17 round mag with a +5, so you do the math, 22 rounds for all you high school graduates there. And the nicest part about this rig is that you can just separate it like so and run it just the gun, or you can run the holster in a different spot, whatever you feel like doing. Getting back to the gun, the only other modification I have is a little American flag backplate. This thing is a dream to shoot. I ran the Dick and Drill with this gun and I got 8 out of 10 hits. Virtually recoilless. I mean, is it gonna be as smooth as Staccato XC? No, it's not gonna be, but for a Glock with that full-size grip, you get these big bear paws in there, you get a nice firm grip. I mean, this thing is absolutely phenomenal. Let me just ghost this trigger for you guys. Now, it is a Glock trigger. As far as Glock triggers go, these are the best 2 Glock triggers I've ever had. This and the 43X MOS that I reviewed recently. So you got the same amount of take up, squishy to hit a wall, and then it breaks really clean on that wall. The reset is gonna be a Glock reset. I mean, pretty good amount of travel, pops up, and then you're back on the wall. A little creep and then a break again. You just gotta know your trigger, guys. Every Glock has its own little quirks and little tendencies when it comes to its trigger. And if you practice with it, the most important thing is not let that trigger all the way out. John Lovell with Warrior Post Society taught me a long time ago in one of his videos that you need to let that trigger out to the wall and hold it right there and wait until you need to break it again. If you don't need to break it, you could let it out completely, but that significantly improved my shooting. Yeah, guys, that goes over all the parts I have in this guy. I know it's a pretty badass looking build thanks to the guys at Maple Leaf Firearms. They do amazing work. Next thing I want to do for this gun is get some stipple work done. Who knows when that'll be? We have a lot of things in the works for the channel, so we're just gonna take it one step at a time. In the future, you guys will be seeing some more videos on night vision and thermal. Big shout out to Sportsman's Finest for sponsoring the channel. They are providing me with equipment to review for the channel. They're not giving it to me, it's just on loan to me. And so that's what I have, this Ops Core helmet here, and you'll be seeing some PVS 31 Alphas, as well as some Trijicon Reap IR 60mm, things like that here moving forward. All right, guys, so that's gonna wrap it up for today. But if it's your first time here, please like, comment, and subscribe. That really helps me out. Thank you guys for staying to the end of the video. And if you're a return viewer, then thank you for your loyalty, you sexy YouTube warriors. And until next time, stay safe, stay dangerous. Range Day Bro, out.